What do you see as the most pressing issue facing Rice undergraduates, and how would you work towards solving it? And we did ask the EVPs this question also.
So I think that the most pressing, or the single greatest issue facing us as university students right now is our discussions around safe spaces, hostile environment, and Title IX. It is really fundamentally changing the way that we think about higher education and the types of communities that we have on college campuses. And that is going to be, I think, the defining conversation about our decade, 2 decades of college, really. It's something that's very challenging because while this is an institution of learning, it's also our home. And so how do you balance that need for intellectual curiosity and being able to express the unexpressible in a lot of ways, but also balancing that we have people who live here and need to feel comfortable living here with their home. So I really look forward to leading these discussions. We've had these discussions at Levin. I think they've been pretty successful. So I look forward to having campus-wide discussions, bringing all sorts of student groups to the essay, including the colleges, to make sure that we're really moving forward and we have a good sense of where the entire Rice student body stands on these questions.
So I think that the most pressing issue facing the student body right now is something that really captures a lot of what Griffin said, but a lot of other things as well, and that's collaboration and communication and expectations between the student body and the administration. Because just as Griffin said, this is an institution of learning, but it's so much more because it really is a structure for our social and well-being aspects of life as well. And I think that in working with administration, this is such a challenge if you have mismatched expectations or misaligned understandings of what the other one wants, because then all these really important discussions around Title IX, around the alcohol policy, around specific instances within the college, these are all discussions that are going to be really difficult to have if you can't collaborate well with the people who sort of set up the structure of what happens with these instances. And I think that in moving forward, we really need to make sure that we know what we want as a student body and what we expect of the administration in order to understand what they expect of us as well.
I have a follow-up question for Griffin. So Title IX has been in existence since 1972. So can you be a little bit more specific on what exact aspects of Title IX you're referring to?
It's the hostile environment kind of claim. The fact that, so Title IX has been around for 40 years now. And every so often it goes through a new phase in which it's interpreted in a different way. It's a living and breathing statute. And so the university needs to be able to respond accordingly. And because of that, hostile environment is now a big thing. At what point does someone's offense create harm to them so their access to educational institutions at Rice is harmed or damaged? And so that is really, in particular, I think, the core of what is the discussion around